Hey guys, it's Nicole, the Barbell Bombshell. I was thinking today, I was talking to a couple different people about what they're eating throughout the week, and I came to the conclusion that a lot of people are just simply intimidated by the process of cooking, and that keeps them from getting in the kitchen, prepping their meals, and so they just default to going out and going to restaurants, picking up fast food. I think too many people get way too stressed out and anxious about cooking, and they put so much pressure on themselves for it to be this like very complicated meal. And I just want to show you that it can be really simple. You can put a couple key ingredients together with some spices and a couple different kinds of seasonings and make a really great meal that everyone in your family will enjoy, that's healthy, that's filling, that tastes good. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make some like Southwest stuffed sweet potatoes. I just stopped by the store on the way home. I'm still in my same clothes from the gym. I only cook a couple times a week because we just don't have time, nor do I want to cook every night. So when I do cook, I end up doubling or tripling batches. So normally this recipe like this calls for 2 or 3 sweet potatoes. I did 4 large ones. I'm doing 2 pounds of ground turkey instead of 1. Because we want leftovers and we have enough for lunches for the next couple days or dinners for the next 2 nights, whatever you want to use it for. So don't be afraid to double up on recipes. So with this particular recipe, we are using baked sweet potatoes. So you want to wash them really well, and then you want to pierce them with a fork all over. And make sure you cut off any blemishes on there and dark spots. Preheat your oven to about 400. For a potato this size, for sweet potatoes, it usually takes about 45 minutes to bake, sometimes an hour if they're a lot bigger or if they tend to be a lot more dense, a lot more round instead of long. So just check them. When you get to the 40-minute mark, pull them out, pierce them with a fork. If the fork goes in pretty easily and it's, you can tell it's pretty soft and cooked through the inside, then they're done. Turn off the oven. But you want to make sure you preheat, wash, pierce the potatoes, and get them baking first. Then you move on and get the rest of the stuff going. So as you see, I don't have a fancy kitchen, by any means. I'm not going to be, prepping my food and have beautiful ramekins, and I don't have, 4 ovens and a big, beautiful fridge. We have like a very simple kitchen, very simple tools. We're super busy people just like you guys. And so again, I just want to show you, it doesn't have to be complicated. You can cook, it's just a matter of making it priority and putting some effort into it and planning a little bit. So I'm going to get these potatoes in the oven, and then I will pan back to when I start prepping and getting the meat and the stuffing that's going to go on top of the sweet potatoes ready. And also, don't be afraid to crack open a bottle of wine and have a glass of wine and make it more of an enjoyable experience. Put some music on, get your kids involved. Like I said, I only cook 3, maybe 4 nights a week, so you can't have like a bottle of wine every night. But when I do cook, I have a glass of wine or 2, maybe. Just make it an enjoyable experience. Get your family involved. Don't think of it as a stressful thing. If you go into it thinking, okay, this is just something that I'm going to learn, I'm going to have an open mind, it's not going to be perfect, it'll be a much better experience for you. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys again how few ingredients I actually have in this recipe. Of course, we have the sweet potatoes that are in the oven. And then I bought 2 pounds of, not super lean ground turkey, but lean enough, 94%. And, I try to buy the organic, antibiotic, hormone-free, as healthy and as high of quality as possible. It's not always going to be perfect, so choose your battles. I'd rather you get, regular, conventional ground turkey than go out to McDonald's. So there's, the main protein source for the meal, and then I have some tomatoes to add in. I'm going to be not cooking with the avocado. I'm going to add that at the end. You guys will see. But in order to make this a complete meal, you guys have to make sure you have carbs, fats, and proteins. So I'm going to be cooking with a little bit of avocado oil, but I will also be adding avocados at the end. Because the turkey is pretty lean. I'm going to top it off with some green onions. When I'm cooking the meat, I'll have this kind of base in there to make sure that it's not too dry. I've got crushed roasted tomatoes, and I have some black beans as well. I usually have a different spice that I like, and this is a fish rub. It's actually really good for all chicken and fish and turkey and stuff like that. So I'm going to put this on there, but I tend to like a little more chili. So I'm gonna put chili powder and, you know, customize this, you guys. If you like more garlic, put more garlic in. If you like more heat, put in some different spices, experiment a little bit. If you like onions, put in more onions. You can cook with white or red onions. There are no rules. You just have to try and start experimenting. So I'm gonna chop this stuff up, get it going, and then I will check back in with you guys. All right, so at this point, I've added the bell peppers and the garlic and the turkey in there. I heated up some avocado oil in the pan before I put everything in. And the reason I'm using avocado oil or something like coconut oil is because it has a higher smoke point. So basically it can be heated up to higher temperatures without losing its nutritional properties. So if you cook with something like olive oil, I think you guys should probably reconsider and save olive oil for cold things, because olive oil tends to have a lower smoke point. So it doesn't do well at higher temperatures for cooking. So use your olive oil for cold stuff. Cook with avocado or coconut oil. They're good fats. They're a good healthy source of fat, something you want to cook with. So yeah, this is being cooked. Once this cooks up a little more, I then will add the crushed tomatoes, and I'll add the black beans and some of my spices. Again, I'm saving the avocados and the green onions to be topped at the end when everything's done. But again, this is, you know, it's not Pinterest. This is real life. It's, you know, it doesn't always look beautiful and glamorous and amazing. It's very simple. We're just putting a couple ingredients together with a few key spices, and we will have a really good meal within, you know, an hour of preheating the oven, putting the potatoes in, letting them cook for about 40 minutes. While you're doing that, you're cooking the stuff that's going to go on top, and it usually comes together in about an hour. All right, so like I said, I added the black beans. I did a whole can, and then I ended up doing like 3/4 of that large can of roasted tomatoes. And so it's cooked down a little bit. It's simmering. I've been cooking it for about 8 minutes. Now I'm going to add some of that seasoning. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of chili powder, and I'll probably add a little onion powder as well. So once that's done cooking, the sweet potatoes will be done, and then I'll show you the finished product with the avocado and the green onion on top. All right, so here it is, finished product. I ended up cutting the sweet potatoes in half. So I put it on the plate, I spread it out, kind of made some slits in the sweet potato to open it up a little bit. I put a really big portion of the ground turkey mixture on top. And then I cut up some avocado and put that green onion on top. Again, it was super simple. It was pretty easy. It took me about an hour, including cooking the sweet potatoes and then cooking the ground turkey stuffing while the sweet potatoes are baking in the oven. And yeah, I have like plenty of servings. If we're doing half a sweet potato for a serving, there were 4 sweet potatoes, so 8 servings. I made over 2 pounds of turkey. So plenty of leftovers for lunches and dinners. Again, super simple. I'll start to post some more of these meal ideas for you guys. And I mean, it just goes to show, if you eat simply and you have ingredients like this that are pretty close to nature, your body knows exactly what to do with them. There is no need to weigh and measure and track calories. Yes, this is a bigger meal. And yes, this is pretty carb dense. So I suggest eating something like this on a day where you're having a really hard training day, particularly right after your training session. So trying to get a carb dense, high protein meal in like this within a 2-hour window of your training session will be really beneficial and aid in that recovery process. So yeah, I will share the entire recipe in the description of the video. I will continue to do more stuff like this for you guys. Again, don't overcomplicate things. It's not going to be perfect. This is not Pinterest. It doesn't have to be super complicated. Make it simple. Enjoy the process. Get comfortable in the kitchen. Experiment. Make mistakes. Get messy. It's fine. You can clean it later. But get acquainted with real food and, how to put those things together to make complete meals. And you guys are well on your way to reaching your goals. See you guys soon.